is application. Syempre, first and foremost, we need to fill out an application form muna, diba? Which is I put on the description box. The application form is like this. Their online application form, you need to put your name, email address, make sure your mobile number is correct. Optional if you want to put your Skype ID, and then your location, educational attainment, internet connection. Optional then if you want to put your resume, and then your teaching experience, and if you have any certificate, and then just click submit. And then within 24 to 48 hours, an interviewer will call you for the phone interview. Based from my experience, mabilis lang, the day after kong mag-fill out ng application form, naka-receive ako agad ng tawag. So I advise you guys na before yung phone interview nyo, practice, practice, practice. Pero anong kailangan natin i-practice? What will be the questions in the interview? Now, let's move on to the next step, which is phone interview. Let's talk about the second step, which is phone interview. 5-1 Talk actually have a recruitment process guide. Let's check it out here. So first is interview, next technical check, next pre-service orientation, next new teacher training, and lastly teaching demo. So there are 5 processes you need to pass. Let's see phone interview. There, it shows here that the interview will last for 10 to 15 minutes. Assessment of communication skills, validation of qualifications, and home office requirements. All right. The first one is assessment of communication skills. Of course, you will be an English teacher, right? Therefore, we need to be knowledgeable in the English language. But it doesn't mean that our grammar should be perfect. Diba sa English, we have 3 basic levels. That's beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Our level should be at least nasa upper intermediate. And 5-1 Talk actually have tips on acing phone interview. Let me show it to you guys. There, 5 tips on acing that phone interview. So let's check them out. There you go. Their first tip is find a good location for the call. After sending in your application, expect a call within 24 to 48 hours. Take the call in a private location that's quiet and comfortable to avoid interruptions or noise interference. Next step is be prepared. Since you are being interviewed for an English teaching opportunity, make sure that you speak in English at all times. Prepare a short introduction and talk about yourself with confidence and enthusiasm. Alright, my tips in this part are these. There, so my first tip is prepare to answer the question, tell me something about yourself. I suggest na in answering this question, habaan nyo na yung answer nyo para yung interviewer hindi na siya ganong magtanong or hindi na siya masyadong mag-ask ng follow-up questions. Next is write your answer down para naman to sa mga hindi ba ganong confident dun sa English communication skill nila. So better kung write down natin yung answer natin para meron tayong guide and to avoid mental block na rin. Kasi diba, sometimes we know naman kung ano yung sasabihin natin, yung isasagot natin. Kaya lang, dahil nagna-nervous tayo, baka ma-mental block tayo. So, better kung meron tayong guide. So, why not write it down, right? And lastly, be confident, friendly, and energetic. Ito kasi yung mga personalities na hinahanap nila sa isang teacher kasi most ng mga students nila ay mga kids, di ba? So, hinahanap nila yung mga teacher na madaling nakakasundo ng mga kids students. Alright, tignan ulit natin yung mga tips nila. Tip number 3 is be in the moment. During the interview, actively listen to your interviewer's questions. Concentrate on what your interviewer is saying. Keep your mind from drifting off. Next, tip number 4 is give a great show. Regardless of the clarity of the connection, make sure to speak clearly and deliberately. Practice pronouncing the letters in the alphabet, enunciate the words properly, and provide answers in complete sentences. Alright, my tips sa part na to are these. Okay, first one is practice. So before the interview, practice pronouncing the letters clearly, especially yung F, V, and PH sound. Kasi 'di ba, ito yung mga sounds na nahihirapan tayo, F, V, and PH. Pero sa English, very common to. Kaya we need to make sure na we can pronounce these sounds clearly and correctly. And sa part na to, tongue twisters and phrases can really help you. For example, I remember nung pinapractice ko yung soft or unvoiced TH sound, ginamit ko to, 3,333,333. So yun, yung mga ganong practice. Next is provide answers in complete sentences, alright? Kasi dun sa interview, i-verify din nila yung mga information na nilagay nyo dun sa application form. For example, yung yung name nyo, yung location. They will also ask you if you're married or if you have kids. So for example, tinanong nila, what's your location? Instead of just saying Pampanga, answer in complete sentence. We can say, I am located in Pampanga or I am in Pampanga. Sa part naman na, are you married? Instead of just saying yes or no, or instead of saying yes, we can answer, yes, I've been married for 2 years now, 3 years now, 5 years now. So, mga ganon to show the interviewer na comfortable din tayo in using the English language. Diba? Now, their last tip is number 5, there. Put your teacher face on. Now that you're all set to answer the phone, show your interviewer your willingness to teach children. Prepare for situational questions like cheering up a sad kid or singing nursery rhymes. My tips here are these tips. There you go. Prepare to answer the question, do you have teaching experience? And how are you going to cheer up a sad kid? Dun sa, do you have teaching experience? If wala pa tayong teaching experience, as much as possible, try pa rin natin mag-answer try to give a positive answer pa rin, di ba? For example, if wala tayong teaching experience, we can share if meron naman tayong experience teaching our own kids or yung mga kapatid nyo or nephew or your neighbor, or maybe when you were studying, na-experience nyo mahilig kayong mag-report or mag-present, right, in front of your classmates. So those are experiences in teaching. And then, dun naman sa singing ng nursery rhyme, make sure to sound friendly and energetic. Kasi, pinapasing tayo ng nursery rhyme kasi halos lagi tayong kakanta ng mga nursery rhyme sa mga classes natin. So, kailangan comfortable din tayo sa pagkakanta ng mga nursery rhymes. Now, balik tayo dun sa recruitment process guide. Interview there, validation of qualifications and home office requirements. Dito kasi they will ask if what's your ISP or your internet service provider, your plan, your device na gagamitin nyo for teaching, and if you have an environment conducive for learning. So like what I've mentioned earlier, as much as possible, provide answers in complete sentences. And there are applicants din na nag-a-apply na kahit na hindi pa kompleto yung equipment nila. For example, wala pa silang desktop or wala pa silang internet connection. So I suggest make sure na prepare na lahat bago tayo mag-apply. Kasi kung kulang pa, syempre, obviously, fail tayo dun sa interview, diba? Alright, now, the most asked question, how long does it take to hear back from the interview or the result of your interview? Usually, they will inform you right away. So if the interviewer says, congratulations, obviously you passed the interview, right? But if the interviewer says, we will call you back or we will email you, we will get in touch with you, medyo nakakakaba yun kasi may chance na hindi tayo pumasa. Pero don't worry kasi meron pa rin namang mga na contact sa Skype or sa email na na-pass talaga nila yung interview. Now, if sinabi nila na you passed the interview, they will verify the information na finill out nyo online, like your Skype, your name, your email, and then afterwards, someone will add you on Skype or they will email you for the next process, which is step 3.